What's going on? It's Justeeni here, and today we're going to be covering some more of the tribe duels. This is round 2 of the tribe duels, Oumaji versus Luxidoor. It's going to be me versus I'm Not a Target. If you're not familiar with how tribe duels works, it's this year it's 256 Pangea. It's a glory, first to 10k. And basically, you pick a tribe to stick with for the tribe duels, and you kind of just roll with them. I picked Oumaji, and the opponent went for Luxidoor, and Luxidoor managed to win round 1, but Oumaji also dominated round 1, so now round 2. So I guess we'll just get right into things. So right away, spawn kind of sucks, but I do have a ruins. So being the gambling man that I am, I go for this mountain ruins, and I get organization from the mountain ruins, which is kind of it could be worse, but it also could be better. So, kind of working with it. So far, not too terrible, though. And, I'm able to level up my city. A little slow development, and now I meet the opponent already, and they've got a rider. And that's a little scary. I'm able to capture this village, and I'm going to be able to get an explorer to find the opponent. That will give me 5 stars, which will be pretty neato. Which, yeah, it does meet the opponent, but the vision is not the most pleasant. It gives me some vision on the cities, but I do not know what's going on over here, where I know that they likely are. They just bounced a rider over here, so it's not the most comforting explorer. But I get a workshop, and I am staying on this ruins. And I actually get a star ruins, which I used to get roads so I can start expanding over here. But a problem is starting to set in. Despite the star ruins, I need a lot of stars to do what I want to do, because I need to be able to train units. Reaching the city here is kind of a nightmare, to be honest, because if I train a unit here, I can't even road it right away, because it's just too far away. Like, you'll notice my capital, it's just separated from these, and usually, like, to newer Oumaji players, I recommend don't get roads if all these villages are so far from your capital. At least get farming first. But, like, I looked at this and, like, farming, is that good? Which, answer, kind of. You have to look at this city. I think farming is the right play in retrospect, because it gets me a giant here, then I can, like, park a fortune, and then maybe do something with that. But I get a giant here, which is really helpful. Whereas roads, you'll kind of just see, it's really hard for roads to work here. I just don't have the stars to manage it. Like, I rode here to get some vision, I get a nice hit. But I only have 10 star per turn, and the opponent, just look at their city count. Look at my city count. I need 6 cities to function if I want to use roads, because that's the amount for Grand Bazaar. It is not only difficult to get 6 cities, but also to connect them to my capital. My economy is horrible, and it's very hard to improve. Like, to improve my economy, see, I rode here to get this village, but to improve my economy, I have to place that road for 3 stars. Then 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, for an increase of 2 star per turn. So I can get up to 12 star per turn with an incredibly hefty investment, and I suppose I could increase that to 13 if I also connect to this city. That's a lot, pretty pricey. That's, I guess, a total of 15 stars because of the refund from resources, but yeah. And the part that really sucks is they have a vet sword there. How am I getting this village? Seriously, how am I getting this village? If I went farming, then at the very least I'd have something to dump all my stars into and just get a giant, and then maybe I can get roads after and steal this village, and I'd have counterplay. So again, definitely the mistake I made this game, though it's a pretty tough situation to play. Just this density is, it's mostly just the density near my capital, because the density beyond that's actually pretty good. It's just the opponent had really good density to work with, but definitely missed opportunities on my end, and I do promptly resign on the next turn. And so that is game 1. I'll cut to when I show game 2. Alright, so we're back with game 2. And I forgot to mention that I'm Not a Target was hosting game 1 because he had lower local elo. So I'm hosting game 2. And yeah, currently 0-1, so I need to win the next 2 for a nice reverse sweep because this is a best out of 3. So not a lot of room for error. So I have to play really well this time. And yeah, this time my start is amazing. So I'm already feeling a lot better because my village density is great. My resources are okay. Frankly, could be a lot worse. So still very optimistic here. And look at this density. Midgeon heard my complaints from last game. My village density was awful. Now I'm given quite literally the best possible density in the game. Like, quite the contrast. But I'm all for it. And yeah, I'm able to get things going, do the classic double rider opening, and then I can transition that to a funneled explorer on turn 5. And yeah, kind of teeters off, but it gives me some nice info. Not a lot going on here. I'm going to want to be expanding in this direction. There's ruins here, some villages. So all in all, not a terrible explorer. In fact, I even find the opponent on the next turn. So I've got a lot of stars to work with. I can get roads before capturing, which, yeah, this is a play that I generally don't recommend you do, but there is a very good reason why I am doing this right now. Because normally, look at all these cities I can level up, just train units, develop eco like a normal and sane person. Don't buy a tech like this and waste all your stars. But I am doing this for a very specific reason. Because I'm not actually planning on developing my cities, and I really am hoping that I can leverage roads to steal cities, because I actually end up with a pretty clean 9-star per turn, which sounds pretty awful, but like, again, my idea is I'm going to be able to like build some roads and train some riders and be really, really aggressive with taking these cities. It's going to be very important. And I can also potentially get a good ruins reward as well, but I'm not relying on that. I'm kind of relying on I can build roads and kind of incorporate that into my economy in this kind of weird way. Instead of just developing my economy, I'm kind of like delaying it to make roads work. It's awkward, but trust the process. He unfortunately snags my ruins, and yeah, now I have to make sure he doesn't get this village, very important, so I make a kind of unorthodox decision to spare this rider because I need to get him off the village. I want to get on this ruins. I want to get on this village. And I also decide to stay on this village because this is a nice triple threat. Because I know I'm not going to keep this, but any attention he diverts here is a less attention here and less attention here. And I can opt to train 3 riders. And again, even though he's able to bunch up all here, because I got roads earlier, this rider can get in the action a lot sooner. So even though I'm sacrificing some riders to get those villages, I'm going to be able to get away with it. Even though it seems like I have so little economy, they can punish me so easily. They can't really, not yet. They're too busy playing defensive, and they're even zone of controlling really nicely here. And again, seems pretty annoying to deal with, but this is why I got roads earlier, is I wanted to make sure, at all costs, they do not get that village. Have I delayed my economy a lot? Have I not gone on that ruins? Yes, but they don't get that village. And I'm getting this ruins. I'm getting this village. I may have spent a lot just to do that, but in the end, it was pretty worth it. And yeah, I also get the road here instead of the more intuitive right here east, because I'm going to connect this to my capital, because I do need to get my eco going in a rather efficient manner, so I planned all my road placements in advance. And this is very specifically chosen, because then when I connect here to level up this city, this is already connected. I can go down here. That is only 4 roads to level up my capital. Very efficient. If I put it here, I would not be able to do that play. So that is why I do that. And yeah, he's not able to do anything. I got a vet sword, which is just amazing. And again, you see literally just what I talked about a couple seconds ago, using the roads like this. Sure enough, yeah, look at how smart I am, subscribe. And then, yeah, now I'm actually getting my eco up because I've kind of succeeded with that initial plan of keep Luxidoor off the villages, so then I'm brutally out expanding them. Although he's still on 5 cities, but there's likely a city here, and again, he would have been on 6 otherwise, so I've done pretty good. And this might be all the cities he has to work with, which is amazing, because the difference between 5 and 6 in Polytopia is really big. So this one village doesn't seem like much, but it is pretty huge, and it was worth sacrificing several turns of eco just to keep him off of it. Sure enough, city number 7. And yeah, I'm just doing some fancy schmancy zone of control. Just, yeah, I couldn't really retreat the riders anywhere else, so that's where they're going. But I'm keeping everything safe here, using a bunch of warrior spam because it's cheaper, and also because they have like riders lined up. If I train riders here, they'll just kill them. So, but I can back up these warriors with some more warriors and a rider. And this vet sword. This vet sword's going to be very nice. It's really stopping him. So, yeah. I'm just able to get these cities, and I can use my Grand Bazaar in my capital to get a giant going. No need for farming. None of that. We're functioning on 3 techs because we're just better at the game. That's what I like about Oumaji sometimes. You just, you know, you don't care about techs. Sometimes just units, eco, well-used monuments. That's what it's all about. And yeah, now I'm even able to threaten to hold the village, which he can definitely knock the sword off, but it is very costly. In fact, he has to sacrifice 2 riders to do so. And he even tries to be a little bit cheeky with the kill. But yeah, he doesn't bother to zone of control because he knows it's not really gonna work out. I'm able to kill some more, and I'm getting quite a few kills. And a veteran, jeez. Like at this point, it's 7-5, and again, like he doesn't have Grand Bazaar, I do. So I'm just up a monument. I got my killer monument too. I'm not. I didn't get it before him. We got it at about the same time, I guess. I wasn't actually paying attention, but yeah, I get a Star Ruins because why not? I have a ton of everything going right now, so the game's kind of under wraps. Like, he doesn't even have a giant yet, as far as I'm aware. Like, that's his capital. If he's got a giant, it's there, but I haven't seen it. But I guess anything like of note, I think I'm very surprised to not see mathematics, because I think that actually would have been pretty tough to deal with, because then he actually would have been able to get the city no problem, even if it may have been like harder to expand it into here. He needed some giants and just some way to deal with my really strong like village denial, because that was kind of the name of the game here. This village, it wasn't about me taking it, it was just about stopping him from taking it. And I think if he went math, maybe things would have turned out differently. I mean, a lot of the game would have turned out differently, but I think that was his best shot. But yeah, so scores 1-1, and I'll cut to the next game. Okay, so to game 3, the last final deciding game. And again, I'm not a target, is hosting this time, and we'll just jump right into things. So first off, not like the first game. In fact, this is like the best spawn we've had yet, which is extremely promising. But you'll see that things will actually take a bit of a twist, so be ready for that. Doing my conventional opening, going with the double rider on turn 4, and I find the opponent. And this is just looking amazing for me. I'm able to steal this village. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. I'm even able to pop a nice explorer because I got those extra meeting stars, and get this workshop if I really want to. The explorer is really bad though. I mean, I know where he isn't. I can assume that he's somewhere here. And in a bit, I'll know exactly where that is. But yeah, I decided to train a rider because I do expect him to be near, and I was right. There's a vet sword, and I saw that rider come in from the north, so I can only assume that is where he is, but I still can't even be sure. Maybe he's somewhere like here. But the more important thing is, he just stole my city with the vet sword, and it's right there. I get a very nice population runes though, so I'm not feeling too bad. And I'm even able to take the city. But this is a problem. And how do I solve that? You'll see. And another problem is he gets mining. And this is very scary, because if he has a mine here with Smithery, he gets 6 population off of that. And I don't know how much more he would need for a giant, but if he's got good forges in another city, he could go crazy. Like, if he gets a giant in another city, Park of Fortune, plus that 6 population, that is a giant, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And a giant right here next to all these cities, that's devastating. So I'm very afraid of that. I'm also just afraid of, like, sword spam in general. It's pretty good into riders, because it's just rather efficient. It leaves 3 riders injured, if not, like, forcing me to sack riders and only 5 starts for a sword. So that's something very worrying as well. This vet sword's already a problem, but I'm worried of other problems in the future. So I go roads. I've got good density. Roads make sense. And yeah, I do it instead of training units though, so a little greedy on my end. Like, honestly, in retrospect, maybe should have just spammed a bunch of riders, because now this is a problem. But how do you deal with your problems in life? You, for some reason, don't ignore them. I trained a warrior here, which seems really weird. In fact, I don't completely remember why I went for the warrior, because honestly, I feel like... Okay, no. I think I kind of remember. I think the idea, actually, was to bait him. And you'll kind of see what I mean. Because if I wanted to defend the city, I would just choose to not train a warrior. Then I would have more time to prepare units, because the sword would be sieging a turn later. Because you'll see, because I trained this warrior, he gets to siege this turn. But why would I want that? Not because I'm going to defend this. I have no intentions of defending it. That's why I trained the warrior. I wanted him to siege this. And I actually just want him to take this over, because I have different plans. I'm taking this city. And I can get a nice little hit there, because what is he going to do about it? But yeah, we're trading cities. And I'm taking this city that I was kind of worried about him getting a giant from, and I'm just taking it for myself. What's he going to do about it? And the city's also, like, really convenient road spot, so this city's just better for me than this city is. It also has better resources. It's already leveled up. You got a workshop there. This city sucks, so I'm happy to make the trade. I get some amazing vision and see that, it speaks for itself. I feel kind of bad that the last game went like that. But he played very well. He forced some difficult decisions. Still a very good game, but yeah, this is... Polytopia, yeah. But while the rest of this plays out, hope you guys enjoyed. Oumaji did win this round by a lot. I'll have the score, like the final score, posted up here so you can see it. Round 3 will be covered soon. It'll be Oumaji versus Yadek. And yeah, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And have a good one.